right, mic check, mic check. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please drop a 1 in the chat. If you can hear the sound of my voice, please drop a 1 in the chat. Want to make sure y'all help me get my text straight. If you can hear the sound of my voice, drop a 1 in the chat. And if you can't hear me, say, Casey, I can't hear you. What's up? What's up, Breeze? Okay, perfect. Hey, Asia. What's up, Ebony? All right, good. All right, we're set. We are set. Today, we are talking about analyzing trends, and this is a big founder conversation, okay? Before we get into that, as always, I really do want to know where folks are hopping in from. What's up, Greta? Where are you based? What is your city? What is your state? Even country, okay? I am tapping in from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm about here. Where are we tuning in from? Let me know. And then we're going to hop into some founder biz. I'm looking. I know where Asia's from. We started our careers, our 9-to-5 careers in Charlotte together. You in the Bay? Bree said overpriced San Francisco Bay Area, California. All the words. I know that's right. Yes, sis. I lived out there for 4 years. I understand. I was in Oakland for most of it, but I actually went as far as what was it? Hercules, above like Richmond initially, and it was still hot, sis. What's up, Felissa? Okay, Grace is from Charlotte as well. Grace, I didn't know you were in Charlotte. That's dope. Ebony in Columbia. That's the Cuzzo hometown. All right, dope. Columbus. Okay, that's what's up. Wait, Columbus, Georgia, Columbus, Ohio. Which one, Alyssa? Greta's in Greenville, South Carolina. Okay, all the energy, all the caps. USC, Beaufort? Is that what the B is? That's what's up. Hello. That's what's up. B-Day, the day after you moved to Kenya. Oh, wow. That's so dope, Greta. Oh, Ohio. Okay. Yeah, Columbus, Georgia is near some of my family, but I don't meet people there from there often. Okay, dope. I love all of this audience participation because I'm pulling folks on the stage today, okay? I'm pulling folks on the stage. So just so you know when to hit your cue, okay? I want you to look at the screen and look at that hand icon that says speak, okay? And there will be points in time where many of you will be able to come onto the stage because this thing called analyzing trends, I want us to really feel it and not be afraid of it. It does not take a degree to be able to analyze trends, but you do need to analyze trends in your business if you want to move smarter. Like, it's all about ease, y'all. It's all about doing the stuff that actually works and trimming the fat, okay? So the speak button will allow you to come on stage. I will tell you your cue, but just so you know how to work the tech, you'll know better than folks who come in late, okay? All right, so let's hop in. So founder webinar series, analyzing trends is the topic for today. For those who are not familiar with me and who are lurking in the background, I see you. What's up? I am Casey Ariel. I'm the founder of Blaze Group LLC, and Blaze truly does stand for building leaders and accepting zero excuses. Times get hard. There are all the excuses in the world for why folks won't show up for Black women. But I promise y'all, every single day I fight to the bone to show up for y'all and make sure that we have the resources and the world-class access that we deserve. So that's why it's building leaders and accepting zero excuses. I don't have any excuses on my end. I hope you don't put any limitations or excuses on yourself. And I definitely don't let folks show up on our turf if they're having any limitations on us either, okay? But what's most important is who this is for, right? I always tell folk that I really do care about your time, right? And I don't want you to waste your time, even if that means, right, that this particular session is not for you. So I will tell you who this is for, okay? Ebony said, preach. Thank you, sis. This is definitely for the entrepreneur who is unsure of what her clients want, of what her customers want. Okay. If you've tried all the things and you're not sure what's working and nothing seems to be working, or nothing seems to be working as well as you would have hoped, right? You are in the right spot, because today, by analyzing trends, I'll show you exactly what you need to know, okay? And how to do it no matter what industry you're in. I promise you that. No matter what products you're selling, I promise you that, okay? This is also for the Black female entrepreneur who is overwhelmed by so many tactics, right? The sis who's like, every day I see at least 2 new strategies that folks are telling me that I must do. And then when I read blogs, because I'm that serious, I see 5 new strategies, right? My coach is telling me an 8th strategy, right? This is for you. If you're overwhelmed by all of the advice, right, and all of the warnings that are coming your way, I promise you, you're in the right spot, okay? Let me know if I'm in your house yet, okay? Drop a 1 in the chat if I'm in your house. This is also for the Black female entrepreneur who is unsure about what works and what doesn't, right? So maybe it's you're seeing some good stuff happening, right? Like you're seeing some sales come in, you're having some conversations, right? Because people are inbounding you, but you're actually really confused about why, right? Like you don't really know where they're coming from, who they heard about you from, which click they did, okay? This is for you. Okay, via the workshop, and especially via the interaction, the engagement you want coming on the stage today, you're really feeling your bones, right? How to navigate this in a way where you have that clarity and you'll know exactly what's working and what is not. Greta says, I'm in and out, but definitely listening, Ashe, and watching the replay. So you may not need to call on me. Okay, mama. I appreciate you and all the great info. Thank you so much. I always appreciate the love and the affirmations. Y'all are super, super dope, and y'all keep fueling my tank. I mean that wholeheartedly. All right, so I'm in Ebony's house. I'm in Alyssa's house. Okay, dope. Definitely don't want to waste y'all's time at all. Now, I'm not done. This is for the person who is tired of wasting money. You've tried some ads and they failed. You've hired some folk and it's failed, right? You don't know what to invest in, but you definitely know your coin is valuable. So you've really got to figure this thing out with precision. If this is you, I promise you will get some clarity today, and I will teach you how to fish, sis, okay? Last but not least, okay? Let me know if I'm in your house. This is for the Black woman who is ready to double down on the good. This is for the Black woman who is ready to double down on the good. There is so much joy in this journey. There is so much goodness in this journey. There are so many lives that you will touch, right? And it is important that you spend your time only on the things that matter and move the needle, and literally get rid of the things that don't. You deserve a life of joy. You deserve a life of ease. You deserve a life where plenty is at your disposal. Plenty of clients, plenty of good days, plenty of friends, right? Plenty of lessons learned and plenty of wins. If you are ready to double down on the good, I promise you, sis, you are in the right spot. And again, I'm going to say this again, you all are invited, okay, on a stage with me to navigate some of these things that we talk about, so that this is more than a lecture, okay? This has to be more than a lecture. I need you to see yourselves up in this, right? So that starting today, you move forward with the energy of a big founder, okay, and analyze your own trends, okay? Now, very quickly, for those who are new to this space, maybe new to hearing from me, right? I'll give you a few tidbits on who I am. So we have Ebony in here from Columbia, South Carolina. That's your girl as well, okay? I am from South Carolina. I went to USC, that USC, not the one in Cali, okay? For those who are in the Gay area and understand that there's another USC. And I'm a proud Gamecock. Proud today because since graduating, they have, the Honors College especially, doubled down on showing up for Black women via partnership with Blaze. And I appreciate that so much because it's a very white institution, okay? It's a PWI that I didn't always see myself in, right? But it's super dope on this side of the journey, right? To work with them to pull smart, brilliant Black talent that are female, right, up and give them another way. I've actually hired folk directly in the Blaze where they don't even have to go through suffocating channels. So definitely a proud Gamecock. I always tell folks that college was the first time I had to figure out who I was going to be. I had to put it on the paper. I had to commit to it. I had to get graded on it, right? I had to make a choice out of the millions of things that I could be, right? And state who I wanted to be in the world. And that was scary, right? That was not easy, right? And it was the first time that I had to grow comfortable with the sound of my own voice. And that is a journey, okay? So what is it now? 14 years later, right? That is still a journey, but that is definitely the first time that I had to do that. So definitely an important part of my journey. I am divorced, okay? Spent 10 years, right, doing a particular thing, a third of my life, right? But I had to decide, despite what folks said, despite what the church said when they called me about holding on and, being long-suffering, okay? I had to make a decision for me, right? And choose what was best for me, even when it hurt, right? Even when I loved something so much, but knew that even better was on the other side of a decision, right? And so that as well was a pivotal point in my journey. I left an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage, and moved 2,700 miles away to a place where I knew no one to start my entire life over in Oakland, California. Shout out to the Yay area. It healed me, it nurtured me, man. It opened my eyes up and my mouth up, right? And doing it again during the pandemic, moving to Africa was easy because I had done it before. So another pivotal point in the journey. And since coming over here, I lived in Cape Town for a year. I've been in Nairobi now for 8 months. Super cold. What's up? I'm gonna have to say your name right. Chidinma Kalu. What's up? Where are you from, mama? But yeah, right. So very pivotal point in the journey. And I'm happy I bet on myself. That's right, Ebony. And then today, I'm still here. I'm still kicking, doing better than good, completely free, right? Healed, continuing to work with the therapist that I love so much. I love Neo, so that is my ting. San Jose, what's up, your area? D'Angelo, Jill Scott, Erykah Badu, India Ivory, all the things. Let me see if I can do a tune real quick. If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you say something? So very neo-soul-y, right? Like they definitely fed me. So that's a part of who I am. I'm addicted to chocolate. That's my thing. I'm working on it, back in the gym, doing my thing. But yeah, that's my weakness if you wanted to know, and slip me some chocolates in the mail. And I'm a finance geek, okay? Blaze teaches a lot about business development and all of the things, but I will tell you, finance, I know like the back of my hand through and through. I was actually appointed yesterday as a board advisor, appointed to the advisory board of Kiva.org, a company that gives out loans to entrepreneurs around the entire world, right? But I'm super cold in this game, right? So they like, come on over here and help us do what we do better, right? Help us to structure stuff that gives even more access, right? On the continent today, I structured a financial product that has this year alone given $5 million to poor farmers with no bank accounts in Nigeria, Kenya, and Uganda. Love this stuff. And 40% are women, right? The target is 50, so we're going to get it even higher, right? So if you want to know about finance, numbers, and all of these things that feel very tough, right? And just know that Blaze will continue to dish this out, right? Because that's literally my love language. I know it very well. So left corporate America where I structured multi-billion-dollar loans for white folk, okay? And now I give this game to Black people around the world. Ebony said, congratulations. Grace, thank you. Appreciate y'all so much. All right, so Bree says, nice. I always sing before I give my keynote talks. I love it. I would love to hear you sing. Alyssa said, girl, you can sing often. Yeah, but I love Black women. Okay, yes. The most important thing of everything I said is that I'm committed to helping Black women. Okay, y'all are my why. You are the manifestation of my wildest dreams. What do you mean, Case? I knew that it didn't matter where I was in the world, that I could speak to people all over the world who needed cold game, right? Y'all are the manifestation of my entire dreams, right? Of all of my dreams, and it will continue to climb. Every Blaze Virtual Summit, every Table and Tribe download, every registration on a webinar, man, every Blaze Business Intensive student that I talk to, y'all are the manifestation of my wildest dreams, and I thank you for sharing space with me, okay? I ain't going nowhere. No excuses. I work with a ton of companies, okay? The list keeps growing. So just know that I got you. Like, just know that you really are receiving world-class knowledge. And I'm gonna make it feel easy because it really is, y'all. It's just that gatekeepers have tried to keep us outside, right? Because they know we 2 times as good. They know we 3 times as good. Always have been, right? And so I'm gonna make sure we get all up in the house. So what you'll learn today, you'll learn a lot, and you'll enjoy it. But 3 big themes, okay? 1, where to find data. Okay, because even before analyzing the data, you have to know where it is. And y'all's data is right at your fingertips. Like, you have it, man. Okay, I'm just going to teach you how to find it, right? Show you how easy it is, so that you can dig into it. Okay, and then that leads to point number 2 of how to interpret the data. So your data really does tell a story, right? And not just any story, it tells the story of your client. What do you mean, Case? I mean, a lot of folks pop out in entrepreneurship and they give folks what they want them to have. It's like the auntie who's speaking to the 13-year-old and they keep saying, nothing's new under the sun, baby. I'm telling you, all you need to do is blah, blah, blah. And the 13-year-old doesn't listen. It's not relevant, right? Auntie's giving her what she wants her to have, right? Instead of auntie giving the 13-year-old what the 13-year-old wants, right? And so I really want to teach you all, big founders, okay, how to interpret your data so that you can actually see what your clients want and you can actually give them that and stop trying to force things down their throat, because that's just not how we move, right? You need to be at the gunshot wound. You need to be at the intersection of their pain point, right? So you can for them right now, not the things that they might care about in 10 years, right? And then I'll teach you how to trim the fat. Okay. So once you've identified what's working very well, once you've identified what your clients actually want, that means, because we're doubling down on the good, that means we get rid of the shit that don't work. Period. Point blank, period. We literally remove the things that do not matter and we keep it simple. That is ease, right? That is access. That is freedom. That is flexibility, right? Only working in a space that is relevant and getting rid of the other things that might work very well for some other businesses, right? Who serve other people, but may not have anything to do with you. Cool. So let's begin. Okay. We are talking about analyzing trends. Analyzing trends. Now, I want to make sure we're all speaking the same language. Okay. So I have a question for you. If you could answer this question for me. What are possible directions of a trend? Again, I want to make sure we're speaking the right language. Do not be shy. Just dig in, answer what you think it is, okay? But when we say this word trend, before we even get to analyzing it, okay, I want you to tell me, and I don't see any answers yet. I need y'all to answer. It's okay, y'all. We safe. We among family. What are the possible directions of a trend? Is it upward? Are trends upward? Is it downward? Are trends downward? Is the direction of a trend horizontal? Are trends horizontal? Or is it all of the above? Okay, don't be shy. It's okay. We're amongst family, all right? What are possible directions of a trend? Again, I want to make sure we're speaking the same language before we dive in deep. Okay, I'm going to close the poll in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we have 100% of people saying that possible directions of trends are all of the upward, downward, and horizontal. That answer is correct. Absolutely right. Okay. So understand that trends can be upward, downward, or horizontal. Got to add that I, but or horizontal, right? And so what that means is this is relevant to every entrepreneur, no matter what stage you're in, right? No matter how early you are in the game, how long you've been in the game, how successful you are, right? How much of a struggle entrepreneurship is, trends are relevant at every point, and especially today, right? Because we're learning about it, and it can be upward, right? So your trend through time can be upward. Your trend through time can be downward. It's still relevant to figure it out, right? To see what it is and assess it, or it can be horizontal, right? And horizontal just means flat, okay? Even if things are flat, it is still a trend. It is still something you should care about, and it's something that is telling you a story, okay? So 3 different directions. Trends can be upward, downward, or horizontal. Okay, so I want to continue to pick your brain. Okay. Write in the chat for me, and I'm going to wait to see what you all think. We're safe. Okay. Just chime in, feel this out, right? What might downward trends tell you? Anything. And if y'all got 3 things to say, give me all 3. Just drop phrases in the chat. What might downward trends tell you? Okay. So if a trend is moving like this, right, through time, the beginning of it started up here, and then the end of whatever time you're looking at is down here, what might a downward trend tell you? I'm watching the chat. Okay, so Grace said sales decreased. Got it. Beautiful. Beautiful. So Grace is saying if you're looking at trends over time, right, and at the beginning of a horizon, it's up here. So let's say it's at $100, right, on day 1 of the month. Let's say at day 30 of the month, it says $30. This trend, Grace is saying, can tell you that sales decreased. Got it? Margie says, what's up, Margie? Margie says economy has changed. Ah, nice. So Margie is saying that a downward trend, right, in something, right, might tell you that the economy has changed, right? So even the same number, right? Margie is saying it might tell me about a macro situation, macro meaning a larger situation. Maybe it means that the economy is struggling and people can't afford to spend a lot of money right now. That's dope. Love that. Love that. This trend, this downward trend, we're all talking about the same type of trend, can tell you that the economy has changed. So the external environment has changed, which has nothing to do with you. And it still can impact your numbers. I love that. Grace said it can tell me a decline has happened. Exactly right. A downward trend can tell you that a decline has happened, right? So maybe let's talk about folks who might have apps, right? Or will have apps one day. If your app on, let's say in January, right? And let's say this is March, right? Through time, if January had 100 users, right? And then March has 70 users, it can show you a decline in something. Love that. Margie says seasonal products. Ah, I love this. I love this. So Margie is saying we're going through time. Let's also use January here, right? Let's use April right here, right? Let's say somebody is selling calendars. Let's say somebody's selling calendars, right? And we're looking at the number of sales, right, for calendars. So let's say January, we sold 100 units, right? And then let's say in April, we sold 10, right? Margie's saying seasonal products. She's not even looking at the whole company. She's looking at one product. That's how dope trends are. You can literally drill into one particular product. And she's saying it could actually show you that your product is seasonal, right? Where in certain seasons it matters. It's relevant to folks. Again, you got to give what they want to have, not what you want them to have, right? And then in April, you're not making as many sales because they off that, right? They already got the count. They almost halfway through the year. Never mind, right? I love that. That is what a downward trend might tell you. And then Asia said, love this. Asia said, a downward trend might tell you that a new trend is starting, right? So what could that look like? Well, let's talk about it. So let's use Apple as an example, because Apple has continued to disrupt itself. I don't see a whole lot of companies disrupting themselves, meaning they will change what they sell based on what they see customers want. A lot of companies will keep selling the same thing and then they die. Okay, Blockbuster's not here. Okay, yeah. Blockbuster didn't get the message when Redbox popped up or when Netflix came out. Okay, so Asia is saying a decline can tell you that a new trend is starting, right? And so if we take the Blockbuster example, right, DVD sales went down. A new trend was starting. That trend was streaming, right? Before DVD sales went down, VHS sales went down. A new trend was starting. What was that trend? The DVD, right? This is how dope trends are, right? It's not always a bad thing. It's just telling you a story. I have chills saying that. Like, this is how liberating, this is how dope looking at trends are. It's just your clients are telling you a story. Your customers are telling you a story, their story, not the one you want them to have, right? Because if we go back to the example of the economy is changing, we might want our customers to have the $1,000 to buy that thing we want them to have. But if the trends are telling us that the economy is changing, it doesn't matter what you want them to buy. It means that they don't got it, cuz. Right? And so maybe you need to start thinking about some of the things you can do, right, to still serve them in the season and still be there when the upswing happens, right? What are some more affordable things, right, that is still very, very relevant for whatever industry you're in that you might put out until this upswing comes back, right? but so many ways you can go in this, and you all are super dope, right? Like literally, y'all speaking big founder talk, okay? And again, remember, I'm gonna pull y'all on the stage, right? Y'all doing a great job, okay? But exactly right, great examples. Now, what might upward trends tell you? So literally like this, right? What might a trend in anything that is upward tell you? I'm watching the chat. You can drop 3 things if you want. You can drop 10 things if you want. But let's have a discussion around this. What might upward trends tell you, founders, about anything? Beginning of time, it was lower than it is today. And then through time, it went higher. What might an upward trend tell you about anything? I'm watching. Don't be afraid, okay? This is so important. And I hope y'all can feel why. Upward trend. Let me read the comments. Margie said that's good. I'm glad that resonated. What might upward trends tell you? I'm looking. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all got to talk today. And don't be afraid, right? Even if what you're saying, right, isn't exactly right, say it, right? The only way we get these reps in, right, is by speaking it, right? Having dialogue, okay? Anything. Just throw out anything. All right. So Margie says an upward trend. And before I get into this, let me tell y'all something. Y'all were very quick to answer on the downward. So it feels like we resonate very well, okay, with the downward, right? And we feel like we are more knowledgeable, right? And more familiar with the downward. And then we're kind of silent on the upward, right? Think about that. Sit with that. Ask yourself why, right? Because I need y'all to be comfortable with both sides, right? And this too. You're going to see all of them because y'all going to survive long enough to see all of it, okay? Margie said an upward trend might tell you that the customer liked your product. That's good, right? So all of you might not have heard me say this before, but I tell founders when I speak to them that they have to figure out what their Big Mac is. Like Big Mac is the signature product of McDonald's, right? They don't walk out showing you the 50 items on the menu. You don't see that until you get there, right? But your Big Mac should be the hot ticket item, right? It should be the thing that's going to go. And that could be the only thing you talk about day in and day out, right? Case talks about that blaze business intensive day in and day out, right? So Margie's saying the upward trend could show you that the customer liked your product. That's really good. And that's actually super insightful, right? Because if you actually look product by product by product by product instead of things all together, and you look and see like, all right, bet from January to October, maybe look by each product and see what the trends are. If you see this in a product, right, especially if that curve is steeper than others, it might show you that that's the bread and butter product, right? Like that's the big hot ticket item. That's the gunshot wound. That's what folks really want in your industry. Super dope. Grace said there's an incline. Okay, yes. So incline. Yep. So incline. But incline could go up or down, but in this particular situation, right, Grace is saying if I were to look at a graph, right, I expect to see an incline where it's not the same. Something happened that it went up. And these are the questions you should ask. Something, and Breeze just put it, jinx, sis. Breeze just says something happened, right? I'm gonna read the rest of hers later, but yes, upward trends to tell you that something happened. Okay. Margie said the release of Black Panther. Interesting. So that's exactly right? So there are, Margie keeps talking about these external trends, right? One thing I know about Margie's business is that she sells head wraps, okay? And head wraps that are printed, right? Super dope, right? So what Margie is saying is if I see all of a sudden an upward trend in a particular product, right? It could be that the release of Black Panther has happened where now people want to be more tribal. They want to be more cultural. They want to reflect their roots, right? And that could be very telling for you, right? Where you can actually not only expect that as certain things happen in the culture, like movie releases, right? You can not only expect that it's going to impact your products, but you can actually proactively plan, right? And you actually send out emails and say, who wants a scarf for the premiere Black Panther on Friday, right? Super, super dope. So you can use that history, right, to better plan for future things. Grace said, buy more products. Dope. All right, so let's unpack that piece, right? Upward trend, right? Inventory is on the shelf, okay? Okay. If you see an upward trend coming because you are a big founder and you actually looking at your numbers and you sniff that there's going to be more demand, instead of being that founder that's chilling and then you didn't even know what's coming because you weren't looking, child, and they've wiped it all off the shelf. Oh, that's my watch talking to me. It thinks I'm talking to Siri. And it's wiped it off of the shelf. You can be the big founder that says, oh, I see an uptick, I see a trend. Let me go ahead and restock. Let me go ahead and buy more products so that I actually keep it moving and I keep my customer satisfaction rates high. And I actually get it while it's hot instead of trying to convince somebody to give a damn in 3 months when I restock. Right? Love that. Asia said, an upward trend can be telling me that a celebrity has made something popular. Come on, listen. Exactly right. Okay, let's think about what the Kardashians have done with Black culture, right? All of a sudden, braids, right, are big outside of, right, just the Black diaspora, right? And hair extensions, right? And hooped earrings, etc. Unfortunate but true, right? Unfortunate but true. But that's not the only example, right? But what Asia is saying is an upward trend in something, right? And now we're on the macro again. An upward trend in something can actually tell you that there is new popularity around something. And again, this is super important for the big founder because you know what to focus your marketing. You know what to actually tell your customers, like, this is in season right now, baby, blah, blah, blah. Get this and you'll actually be hot. You'll be a hit, right? More sales, more leads is what Alyssa said. Yes. Okay. So an upward trend, because it could be anything, right? You could actually see that more sales are coming in, which is a positive, right? That's more income coming into your company. It could be more leads. And so I want to make sure we're all speaking the right language, the same language. A lead is different from a customer. A lead is somebody who is interested, maybe interested in buying, right? So a lead might be somebody that subscribes to your website. Let me tell you something. People will not subscribe to your website if they're not interested. Think about the number of websites we are on every single day and we leave without subscribing. The person that subscribes to your website is not a customer yet, but they are a lead because they're interested, right? And so the more leads you get, that's actually a beautiful number to know because you actually can see that, hey, this interest is growing. I have more potential sales in the future, etc. Right? Love it. Great job. And last but not least, Bree said something happened in the news to social media that made your service or product something people now want? ? Exactly right. Right? And again, analyzing trends is about unpacking the stories that are being told. I'm gonna say that again. Analyzing the trends are about unpacking the stories that are being told. It's not about seeming smart so that you can take a picture on Instagram and say, look, I'm in spreadsheets. Girl, if you don't know what the hell you're doing, it's a waste of time. And everything we talk about, every single time we talk about it, is about adding ease to your life, okay? And clarity and precision, right? So, yes, it could be that an upward trend is giving you some insight into how the culture is shifting, right? What is really, really big right now, right? So I'll give an example. On Atlanta Housewives, right? Candy said, B, I'm worldwide. Okay. The thing went viral. People were retweeting and reposting and making memes, etc. That was an uptick in something. Right? Upticking her Instagram, right? Insights. As a matter of fact, what did she do? She created a shirt that said, be on worldwide, and it started selling, right? Literally, all of y'all are exactly right. Okay. So you get it, right? And we're gonna, of course, we're gonna do some examples, right? But you get it. Ebony says, I brought a sweater from Target for the movie. See? Okay, the connection point between Margie and Ebony, right? This is how exciting, right? And relevant and dope understanding insights are. And analyzing trends are, right? Looking at the data is. All right, last but not least, right? Y'all need to talk to me. Okay, it's the last question. What might a flat? Horizontal just means flat. What might horizontal or flat trends tell you? So we're here in January, okay? And then we're here in March, on March 31st. January 1st to March 31st, it did not change. It was the exact same. What might a horizontal or flat trend tell you? This is January 1st. This is March 31st. No matter what it is, right? What might a flat trend tell you? Alyssa said things are steady and stable. Exactly right. Exactly right. A flat trend might tell you that things are steady and stable. And I want you to think about what story that is telling you, okay? So for a company that's been around for a long time, let's take Walmart, right? Their sales in particular products might be flat and stable. They've been around for a long time. Now this level might be $1 billion, right? But what it's telling you is Walmart's not at a place where a whole bunch of people don't know about them yet, and a whole bunch of people haven't shot with them yet, right? Otherwise, their trend would have been like this. Walmart is more mature. Everybody knows about them, and it's more about them maintaining their market position. Now, a brand new business, okay, let's say it's very, very low, right? This right here, 1-2 sales per month, 1-2 sales per month, and 1-2 sales per month. This is not where you want to be at a new business, right? Because you actually have to grow, right? And so this line to a new business, this stable line as a new business could be a warning sign. It could mean that something is happening. Somebody ain't marketing enough. Somebody ain't pitching enough. Somebody ain't doing the webinars, whatever, right? Bree says that perhaps a product or service is just the norm now. So it is something you can rely on as making profit on. Interesting. I'm going to say that again, y'all. So Breeze is saying that a horizontal or flat trend can be telling you that a product or service is just the norm now. So it is something that you can rely on as making a profit on. So let's talk about stability, right? Let's talk about this thing that will be there. It doesn't go anywhere, right? So I'll give an example. Let's say a company decides to have a subscription service for pads where they send out pads and tampons every single month, right? They have a subscription service, right? And it's not going up here, but it's not going down there either. It's just steady state, right? And let's say a company wanted to leverage that for their stability while they tried out different things, right? Like cups, right? Like what do they have these days? The bathing suits, child, with the pad inside of it, right? Now those are things that might be like this, it's all over the place. But the tried and true, that steady state, it's gonna be there. Right? For a service-based company, right? It might be that they're consulting gigs, right? They just want to keep that steady consulting, right? 2-year projects to keep the money coming in. It's not moving. They actually can't have it move because they don't have enough people to service the clients, but then they use that money to do other things that might go up and down. Beautiful. Asia said something is getting a lot of attention, so people are continuing to do it at a steady pace. Exactly. So this could actually show, especially as we talk about these recessions of the economy changing, that certain things, so Walmart is an example, okay? Certain things, they're recession proof. Certain things, they're seasonal proof, right? Like they're gonna buy it. Tampons will be one of them, right? People are gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it. They're gonna buy it, right? Exactly right. And Grace said, no growth has occurred. Ding, 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 ding. No growth has occurred. It's steady. Like literally no improvement has occurred. It hasn't gone down either, right? And so as a founder, if the goal was to have growth, this flat line won't make you cry, right? Because at least we haven't lost anything, but it means you haven't hit your goals. Like something ain't hitting. We got to figure out what that is. All right, beautiful. Y'all get it, right? It is literally this simple, okay? So now I want to throw us into the ring of looking at real data, okay? And y'all tell me what y'all see. And y'all in the comments can help the person on the stage. So press the speak button to join the stage with me. I do not bite, okay? It's all good. We amongst family. We learning together, okay? But press the speak button to come onto the stage with me, and I'm going to show real data, okay? From a real company, real time, as of today, okay? And y'all in the audience, help the person on the stage, right? The person on the stage, you speak your truth, what you think you see, okay? But we're going to analyze trends right now. And this is exactly how you will analyze trends on anything, literally anything in your company. All right, I don't see any hands yet, but y'all know I'm going to sit here till I see it. Don't be afraid, okay? I do not bite. I'm going to be on the stage with you too. You don't have to teach, okay? But we'll be on the stage together and I will be able to hear you, right? And we'll be able to talk through what we think we see in the trends of a real company today. And we ain't looking for perfection, y'all. We just looking to get, you know, innate in our bones understanding of this so we can move differently in the world, right? And we can move with precision as founders in our companies. I still don't see any hands. I'm so shocked, y'all. Come on. I'm gonna start calling some names. Let me even see if I can right click on people. Yeah, I can. Okay. All right. I have I have a lot now. Okay, dope. All right. So Grace, I'm bringing you up first, then Breeze, and then Margie. All right, Grace, come on up, mama. What up, Neff? And I think you're gonna have to accept when I hit the button, Grace. So I've hit the button and just accept from your end, if you can still hear me. I'm gonna give it a second because I know I move fast. I think it's a lag. But I did hit you, Grace. Tell me in the chat if you don't see that I hit you. Okay, so come up. Because I get trigger happy and then it would be like 3 people on the stage because I would have hit everybody. Okay, Grace, you back in here. So let me hit it again and then accept to come on the stage. And for those who just joined, we've been talking a lot about analyzing trends. Folks have been killing it, actually. Really explaining like what different trends mean, even without me explaining what they have to mean, right? I just explain after. But y'all have been killing it. All right, Grace. I don't see anything in the chat, but I don't see you on the stage either. And hopefully it's not because I'm sharing my slides. We'll see, but that shouldn't be the case. All right, so I'm gonna hit you, Breeze. And write in the chat if you're not seeing the prompt to come up. I just hit you to come up, Breeze. Now I'm waiting. Let me see. Breeze, did you get it? I was disconnected. Okay. All right. Let me try Margie next. And Margie gonna tell us what she did when she gets up here. Okay. So she can help out the change. All right, Margie, I hit you. And we're gonna see if you come up. Grace was disconnected too. I think we were all booted out by mistake. Why is it booting y'all out? Okay, and let me do this. I'm going to stop sharing my presentation. I mean, I don't think that's gonna help, but I'm gonna just see. And I'm gonna try to pull y'all up again. So Breeze, I'm about to try to pull you up without the presentation up just to see if this helps. I am technologically ignorant. I can't find the invite. I just sent it again to you, Breeze. And maybe we got booted out again. Why? Okay, well, dang. That was gonna be good. Uh-oh, Margie's here. Margie gonna tell the church what happened. Okay, so Margie, turn on your camera. Hey, girl,
hey. Hey. Are you talking? Are you talking
I
to
can
me?
see you.
I had to go through a test and a setup and all of that. So
okay, so everybody, this Margie's telling the church what needs to happen. So she just had to go in and test her sound, test her camera, and then they bring her on. That's exactly what I have to do too. So it's normal if it takes you out. It just needs to make sure you have a camera, right, and a mic. Because if you don't, it won't let you up on the stage. Because then, you know, these are my bots that keep the production crisp. Okay. All right, Margie. So thank you for joining. I'm going to share my slides again, Mama, and then you are going to look at some real data. No, you're good at this, Margie. Don't act like that. You're good at this. All of your answers have been fire. I'm gonna share my slides, and we're gonna look at some real trends together, Margie. Okay. And I just want you to tell me, and in the chat, y'all help Margie out. Okay. I want you to be able. I want you to tell me what you see in the trends. Okay. And this is for all of y'all too. All right. So y'all, this is Blaze's Instagram, real trends, okay? As of right now. So this trend is the Instagram Insights, okay, from as of October 27th, okay? So this is from the last 30 days, okay? And it says 9.7 million accounts reached in the last 30 days, up 79.8% compared to the 30 days prior, which was August 28th through September 26th. Okay, 9.7 accounts reached in the last 30 days, 79.8% compared to 30 days prior, August 28th through September 26th. Okay, and then here's the trends, right? Like this is literally a trend where you can see some up days, some down days, child, some up, some down. Okay, so Margie, what do you notice in the trends? Again, anything. What do you think you see in these trends? And this is just reach. This is saying 9.7 million accounts reached overall, but then you can see like some days it's like 800K, some days it's just 400K, you know.
I would say that it is a upward trend, and especially from, if you look at the 79.8 and compared to August, it's definitely an up. Done well. I think she's got an audience that's really following. This might have been a holiday or where people have more free time to look or something, but it really looks like pretty good.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Beautiful. Oh, no, that's fine, Margie. You're fine. So Margie's looking at the Blaze Group LLC Instagram. This is literally a screenshot from today, which is October 27th. Okay. And Margie says that she thinks the trend is good. She thinks that the plus 79.8% is good. She thinks that it must have been a holiday somewhere in here, right, where people had time off or something like that, and more free time, right? But she thinks overall the trend looks good. What about y'all in the audience? What do you see? Anything, right? This is about reach. Okay, this is the number of people who've seen the account, right? And we're saying it's saying 9.7 million accounts reached in the last 30 days. Literally can be anything, right? And again, y'all have these same Instagram insights, right? But we're in this session, our only focus is not about being perfect. It's just about assessing trends, right? And like seeing what story is telling us. Anything that y'all see that you want to add to what Margie's already said. Ebony says she agrees with you, Margie. Chidinma says in October 18th, there was an increase in viewership. So October 8th, literally only around these couple of days, there was an increase in viewership, and then it went back down, right? Almost to what it was at the end of September. That's very interesting, right? So one might ask, what was so special about this? Like, what happened up in here, right? Very good. Now, because Margie is a struggle for folk to come on stage, I'm gonna keep you on for the next slide. I would have brought somebody else up, but I want you to get two in, right? Just in case somebody else might not be able to come up, and then I'm gonna come to you next. All right, so let's look at another graph, right? Because to Chidinma's point, something happened up and around there, right? So really, we were first looking at the reach, right? But something really happened up in there around the 18th. So we want to see what that did, right? Like what happened as a result of that reach. So then I dug in and I went to the followers, right? So where we saw reach, and now we're looking at how many new followers came. Are we surprised, Margie, that we had a huge spike in followers again around the 18th of October? You see these followers on this day, it was more than 1,000 followers that came in on this day, which is around that 18th of October. Are you surprised to see what's right here?
I'm not sure if I'm understanding your question.
Okay, so, and thank you for telling me. So before we were looking at reach, the number of people that saw the page. So then we're trying to dig in even more, right? And now we're looking at followers in the last 90 days, right? Followers. And what this is showing is the daily number of followers. On this day, 500 people join. On this day, 500 people join. On this day, more than 1,000 people join. But this date was around October 18th, just like our views went up on that same day, right?
Yeah. I wonder if she did a post.
So and so my question was, are you surprised that?
I think we froze.
I can still hear you.
Oh, okay.
I can still hear you.
Okay, surprise. I guess I bet there was some significant activity on the Instagram account. Maybe a big post, maybe maybe went from post to reel, or like that. Something that really caught the audience eye on that day.
Come on, sis. Exactly right. Something happened. Like, this ain't just no normal trend. So now she's saying, okay, we saw that something got us followers. That's dope. So something happened, maybe from a post to a reel, or something significant happened. Exactly right. Let me look at the chat and see what people are saying. Breeze is saying maybe the trend also that is back to fall, not summer. So people are getting more into business and off of summer break mode. Recession too in the USA. So more Black women want more economic security to become entrepreneurs. Did something happen in the news about the economy during that time? All really great questions, y'all. This is literally how you analyze. It ain't no deeper than this. It is literally you asking yourself these questions, digging in, seeing what happened on a date. And I'm gonna bring you up, Breeze. I'm gonna just give you a preview to what it is, because it's exactly what Margie said. What was it? Was it a post? Was it a reel? Right? We're gonna get into that, right? I'm giving y'all previews, right? We're gonna look at all the things. But Margie, thank you so much. I'm gonna let you leave, and I'm gonna bring Breeze. Okay.
All right.
Thank
you.
I don't know how to. Okay. Why is he? I don't see it. All right. So Breeze, I'm bringing you up. All right. So while Breeze is coming up, now it's digging in to try to see what's up, right? Like what the more granular data on the post are telling us. So Breeze is coming up right now.
Oh, there I am. Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm good.
So, good.
I'm
good.
Thanks for the webinar. So what was the question that I'm being asked?
Yeah, so now we're digging into the post itself, right? Just to see, because we saw certain things the audience really, really likes, right? But we don't know what it is yet, right? So now we're going to dig in to see what the trends are telling us about what it is, okay? So first, we're starting with the same Instagram. This is Blaze Instagram, right? And we're looking at the post with the most saves. Not that this is the answer, but we're just looking at all the things. So the post with the most saves, we see here 11 saves was this marketing about this 7-part webinar series. Interesting, 11 people saved it, right? We see the Clubhouse invitations. They get the most saves consistently, right? Something of this picture with Black women. We were talking about the WFA Immersion Week, 3 saves. This vendor, Black market vendor solicitation got 3 saves, but the most saves is this webinar piece, okay? Only 11, so I don't think that got us the followers, but it's interesting that 11 people saved this, and that was way more than any other saves on the page.
Maybe they
What do you think
the
this
message? Maybe people saved it and then shared it. I mean, I don't know if you can track that, but maybe people who already have a lot of followers thought, hey, I'm going to share this with my network because I have 50,000 followers, and maybe 5% will be interested.
Ashe. And a question, right? And I don't think we ask ourselves this question enough, y'all. What does saves tell us about content? Not all content get saved.
Uh-oh, you're frozen. Or at least on my
right
end.
Clearly it shows that Blaze posts a lot on this page. You'll see in a minute, right? But the only post I think it froze. Can y'all still answer my own question, right? While we're waiting for the connection to get better.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell y'all this because we don't think about this enough. Likes are cool. Some people can have on a cute outfit and then get a whole lot of likes, but that doesn't get you business, right? Saves means he wants to come back to it again and again and again, right? And that shows me as a person who's a coach, right, that these are the people who probably will become buyers, right? So it's only when I put in community type stuff, this is what it's telling me, that I get saves, right? Where I'm saying you can come to this webinar, you can come and learn this stuff, I get saved. So what this would be telling Casey is I can find my customers off of this. So I actually need to do more educational content, or I actually need to do more maybe reels or posts that explain the concept, or I actually need to continue by inviting them to stuff, right? Because the next one over is the Clubhouse, and it's saying join us on Clubhouse every single weekday at 12. They saving that, so that's telling me that they're interested in this. Maybe I invited them to 5 different events, but the only 2 they care about are this webinar series and the Clubhouse. What does that tell me? It tells me to stop doing the IG lives. It tells me to stop doing the Facebook lives. They're telling me what they care about, right? They want to come back to this, right? Now this one is hard, right? Because we don't think about saves as much. I'm just giving y'all the answer that saves really tell you what your clients want more of. I'm gonna say that one more time. Saves tell you what your clients want more of. Likes tell you what your fans just enjoy. They might not buy from you. It's just like, oh, that's cute. She killing it, right? I'm gonna move past this, right? Because we run out of time. I'm gonna give you another one, Breeze. So now I change it from post to all content over the life of the page. So the page, let's say the page has been around 2 years. Blaze isn't even 2 years old. Okay, we started like 20 months ago, give or take. But for the lifetime of this page, okay, all posts, these are the top shares, because you brought up shares, right? These are actually the top shares. This particular post had 327,000 shares. And another post from her, Jennifer Lewis, again, had 100,000 shares. The third one over from Jennifer Lewis, 95,900 shares, right? What are you picking up from this view? Anything that comes to mind, sis? I'll give you some help. Are posts doing better or are reels doing better? We just saw the posts. Right now we're looking at all. Are posts doing better on the Blaze page or reels?
Oh, I didn't even know if there's a difference. I'm really actually quite Instagram ignorant. What's a reel? Is that like a video?
A reel is a video. Great question. A reel is a video, and you can see this little video button. It's like TikTok.
Okay. So can you go back to the one was a post and one was a reels data?
Yeah. So these were only posts. Hold on.
Okay.
Go back. These were only posts. That's static. Posts are always just static, like old Instagram, right? Mm-hmm. And now reels are these videos that people can watch.
Okay, it looks like people enjoy reels more than posts.
Exactly right. This is saying for the entire life of this page, if I look at all content that was ever posted, these have the most shares. And I'm going to pick up from the audience. So Ebony said the content, right? So she's saying something about the content is really, really good. Grace is saying reels. Ebony is saying reels. Grace is saying especially reels with Black women. Exactly right. Our best posts of all time, right? The most shares, okay, are of Black women. It's not the quotes. We put up a lot of stuff. It's not the definitions. Like, this is insightful, and these are trends, right? So what this is telling a person, right? What this should be telling you and I, even when you look at your own thing, and I'm going to give you an answer to something. Saves show you what people want more of. People who save certain things that you post show you your clients, right? And you need to double down on the things that get the most saves. If you see that events get the most saves, that might be telling you your people actually want more live interaction with you. If you see that definitions get more saves, it might be telling you that your people actually want to learn more about that. Right? So on and so forth. Now, this is shares. I'm going to tell y'all something. There's a thing called guerrilla marketing. Write that down. Guerrilla marketing. Guerrilla marketing is when something gets so much excitement and so much virality, right? Where it goes viral, that people share it and share it and share it and share it. And without you paying for it and without you even meaning to, you get a whole bunch of views and follows. So shares, I want y'all to look at y'all's data on shares, because that is marketing you don't have to pay for. And whatever gets the most shares is going to tell you that this is the kind of stuff that will get you more followers. Saves don't get you more followers. They didn't tell nobody about it. They just going to come back for themselves. Shares get you more followers because they're going to keep sharing it. And if you can find the stuff that people like to share the most, you're going to always win on that. Now, I will tell you, because we analyze our data and because we look at this, we notice that Jennifer Lewis gets a whole lot of attention and people share her. So what do? We started adding more Jennifer Lewis. Are you surprised the second highest shares is Jennifer Lewis? Are you surprised that the third highest share is Jennifer Lewis? And here goes Jennifer Lewis again in the top 10. People love some Jennifer Lewis. This is not accident. This is us literally looking at the data and saying, oh, Shawty brings in followers every time, right? And then the third question, what does my audience like? Grace said it, especially reels with Black women. They do. We've posted over 2,000 times, right, in the last year, right, or however we've been out. But it was the Black and white reels with Black women that people liked, right? And so this is why we've gained, 57,000 followers in 60 days, right, or 90 days, right, because of this right here, right? All right, I won't beat a dead horse. I'm gonna show the last one. I'm gonna be looking into the chat, but this is another trend of a website, right? This is the Blaze website. I should have changed this up here to the website. And this shows that on December 1st, our website got no views. Literally December 1st of 2021, our website got no views. Then we changed the strategy. We did something in January, the top of the year, right? And we got more. Then it went down, right? So we didn't continue doing something. And then we said, all right, let's pick this up, right? And then we figured out a way now to have steady views. What is steady views? It's about 700 to 1,000 website views per month, right? And I'm going to reel it in home now, right? Because I know we're at the top of the hour. This is why looking at trends is so important, right? Because we got slack, right? Now, I'll tell you what happened around here. It was like the top of the year, the Blaze Virtual Summit had just ended, right? And we were pushing our new cohort of the Blaze Business Intensive. But after that, we just fell off, right? And what we realized was we actually had to figure out a way to keep them coming back again and again. So what do? We took out the Linktree link in our Instagram because that's getting more attention than anywhere else. And we put in a Blaze Group LLC.com/links link. All right, I'm gonna say it again. We took out the Linktree link, which don't take nobody to our site, right? And we just created a link page on our, keep it there. The subscribe button is at the top, and we keep website views because our link is now a website. That's just a strategy, right? This stuff is not easy, right? Because there's so many questions you can ask, but it is easy to ask the questions, right? It's not easy to get to the solution, but at least you can ask the right questions and double down on strategy, right? So that's it, y'all. A few takeaways I would say is monitor your progress over time. It is literally this easy, right? And it could be anything. It could be your sales. It could be your cost spend, right? What you spend on inventory and how much it costs over time. It could be your leads, right? But just monitor it over time so you can ask yourself these questions, right? And try out things, doubling down on the things that are good. We only started posting black and white images of women at the top of this year. Like, we just kept tweaking stuff. It took us 6 months of my current content manager to figure out that people like TikTok type videos. And then he did black and white, and he realized from the likes, right, and from the shares that people like black and white TikTok videos. We've doubled down on that, and that's when the growth has come. So monitor it over time. Dig in to see what is driving your success. Don't just stay at the top, right? Like, dig in and see, okay, what type do they want, right? What kind do they want? What flavor do they want, right? And then double down on what is good. Literally get rid of the rest. Y'all don't see no reels that ain't black and white anymore. Why? Because we don't need it. Like, legit, we don't need it. It is okay. Website stuff, right? We were only pushing people to the website when we wanted to enroll people in a cohort, right? And now we're seeing we just need a consistent link showing to take them to the website. We don't have to do launches. We don't do launches anymore with sign up by this date or you can never have it again. Now you can always get the Blaze Business Intensive, right? And the link is always there, right? And it's working very well, right? And then lastly, pay attention to what your target audience reveals that it wants. It's not about what you want them to have. It's about what they want to have, right? So instead of me forcing something on them, right? Instead of you forcing something on them, just do stuff and look at the data and they'll tell you, oh, they like that. Oh, they like that celebrity. Oh, they like that type of definition. Let me go in deeper with that, right? But that's anything. Sales, it is price points. You can test out different price points, anything, right? FYI, I'm going to go really, really, really fast on this, but just know that if you want to continue learning, right? And I know the journey is not easy at all, but there is a Blaze Business Intensive that we do offer that teaches you all of the things about business management. 6 modules. Okay. Modules. We start with self-discovery and entrepreneurship because we don't want you building a foundation that is because mama and them told you to do it, or because you want to look sexy in the market and so you got to do what the sexy folk do, right? We really help you to understand what your most profitable skills are so you can make that guap and feel really good while you're doing it. We dive deep into the business plan, budgeting, projections, like you do some real legit like 12-month outlook on projections and you have for your company, right? An outlook on what your cash flow is going to look like. You learn strategy and automation. You learn networking. Asia actually went through the program. At the top of the year, she was cohort 3. And just a deep dive into what each of these sections are, discovering your purpose, power, and principles on the path to profitability, right? I mean that intentionally, right? You don't have to have a certain type of business to go to the Blaze Business Intensive. We help you boss up in whatever business you choose, right? When you do the business plan, you learn how to build a business that actually works. It's not about being perfect in the beginning. It's about staying in the game long enough that you understand your folks so well, right? That you are around for generations to come. Your brand is around for generations to come. Generational wealth and assets are passed down, right? Because your business plan actually works. You ain't in survival mode for the rest of your life, right? Budgeting. I teach you how to build a business for today's Black woman startup. Why do I say today? Because there was a time where you had to be chained to your desk, okay? And you couldn't go away and travel. I have been a digital nomad traveling around Africa for the last 2 years, okay? And building Blaze at the same time. Blaze is not even 2 years old fully, right? But I've taken everything I've learned in corporate and in structuring multi-billion-dollar loans for companies, right, that work very well, picking them apart and putting them back together, right? I've applied that same logic to my business. It allows me to be anywhere in the world and still, right, be profitable and lucrative, right, and be globally awarded. Right. I teach you how to do the same thing. That is today's Black woman business. You do not have to be chained to a desk. Right. You learn about cash flow projections. Thanks, Asia. Really looking out into the future and seeing how much money you'll have so that you actually like do something about it. If you see a shortfall because you got seasonality in your business, okay, let me tap on the bank right now and tell them why, and actually tell them how much I'll make 3 months after and how I'll be able to pay it back. Is that tight, right? Strategy and automation. I hire people, but I hire tools. I hire a lot of tools to make my life easier. I run about 3,000 automations per month without lifting a finger and without paying extra time, right? You don't have to pay extra to tools that run. So I'll teach you how to automate your business and measure, right, what's working and what's not working. So you continue to trim the fat. And then we end on networking principles, right? So that you learn how to scale, bro. You don't have to know how to do all things. You know people, know the right partners, know how to collaborate. The Blaze Virtual Summit, we do it every 6 months. Always partner with 30 businesses who speak on stage, and it's fire. You know how many workshops I teach? None. Now I can teach, but I don't have to do all the things, right? So you actually learn how to leverage networking for your business so that you increase your scale, your reach, your revenue without having, right, to increase your time spent. And that's super important. So definitely encourage you to enroll. It's self-paced, okay, completely self-paced, but you get lifetime access to office hours with me. I show up, I answer your questions. It's every single Wednesday. And if you don't come for 3 months, it's okay. It'll always be there. So you start off with a jumpstart session with me. I meet you, I teach you, not teach you, I listen to you, okay? I listen to you and I help you identify what you should focus on in your business for that course. After the course, do all the things, fine. But I teach you how to focus for those 6 weeks so you can really get a lift in your business as you're taking the course. Again, office hours are for life. For all the people that ever come through the Blaze Business Intensive, you'll have homework for every single module so that you actually apply it real time to your business, right? You'll be part of a private community. We have a homecoming tomorrow for alumni, right? So we actually do pull up, we do dope things, we help refine each other through the journey, and then networking events just generally, right? For the graduates, the timer is up, you have an offer, click on it to enroll. I'm always gonna be here, right? But the promo won't always be here. But then other than that, stay in touch, right? So Instagram, y'all dug into our stuff today. We are on Instagram. We keep it live. We're on all the things, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, etc. Love y'all. Thank you for rocking with me today. Thank you for the engagement, for answering the questions. This stuff is not easy, but you all were very, very vulnerable. And I hope it showed you how smart you are already. Like, y'all got it. Just do it. All right. Love and light. Have a great day. Bye.